Hey guys, John Patrick Morgan here, and I want to share with you a distinction I shared recently in a conversation. That was created in the conversation because that idea would serve the person that I was with, and after the fact, that person has asked that I capture that in a video so that he can share it with other people, so I'm going to do that here for you now. Um, what was happening is this person was articulating a number of capacities they could see that I had, things that I was doing in my business, in my way of being, that they were expressing a desire to have themselves. And what I noticed in that was not only the expression of the desire, but the evidencing of the idea that that was something that was not very accessible to them. It didn't feel accessible to them. They felt like there was more for them to learn and before they could access that. And so what I shared was the possibility, no truth for sale here, right? This is just a perspective, like everything that I do. Perspective, try it on. The possibility that maybe seeing something and being able to articulate what that thing is actually evidence that you already have it. Your capacity to see that something is happening may be all that you need to access that. So I'm sitting in the park right now. I get my bike and my banana peel. There was just some kids out here playing, and I'm watching like little kids and then a little bit older kids, and they're copying each other, right? And so a little kid sees a bigger kid kick a ball, then he runs towards the ball and then kicks it. And so the other kid kicking the ball gives him access to that. There's nothing more that you need than to see somebody doing something in order to have access to it. So, and this comes, I think what happens, especially in my work anyway, is that sometimes we see somebody doing something and we think we'd want to do that, but then we think, well, they can do it and I can't. And we create this separation, whereas like their capacity is about that person, and we bring in our own self-judgments and our own sense of self-worth, and we distance ourselves from that, and we actually create the illusion that we don't have access to doing that or being that. But my challenge to that experience is that you can't actually see anything that you don't have access to. The moment you see somebody kicking a ball, you have access to that possibility. It's like a 4-minute mile thing. The moment somebody broke the 4-minute mile, other people had access to it. Your understanding, to me, is evidence of your existing capacity. So it doesn't mean it won't take some practice. The first time you kick a ball, it might not look like how the other professional athlete kicks a ball, but if you keep kicking it with an understanding of what it looks like, and you actually bring in the felt experience of that, then it starts to come to life. So whether it's a certain form of leadership or a certain type of intimacy or a way of relating to people or a way of speaking about yourself or your business, in the beginning you might stumble a bit with it, but here's the thing, most people aren't willing to just start trying out and modeling and copying what they see. They think they have to understand more about it before they can be in action. But it's not understanding that's typically needed. All that's typically needed is the willingness to accept the possibility that they already understand enough, and from that point just being in action, trying to do it, falling down, getting up again, falling down, getting up again. And so if I can encourage you with the simple thought that anything that you can see, you can be because you already have it. The seeing is what you need for access. You have access. You are that. You actually have the capacity for it. Otherwise, you wouldn't not only not see it, but you wouldn't even be interested in it. There might be things you could see that you don't really pay attention to because there's no desire in you. There's no imprint in your psychology and your neurology that has that even be relevant, has you value that or care about that. So there's multiple things going on when you see something that you'd like to be or do. There's both the understanding that gives you access to it, and there's also the valuing of it in some way that is an expression or evidence that you desire that and want that for yourself. So when you see something that you think you're not, you're actually touching your capacity, you're touching your desire, and you already have access. If you can see it, you can be it. Get your hands dirty, get your feet wet, fall down, get up, do it again. Keep trying to bring it to life, and you will. If this is helpful, fantastic. Share it with your friends. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, ask me questions if you'd like to be in actual conversation with me. instead of this imagined conversation where I imagine you and I speak to you and you nod your head or shake your head or say things silently. If you'd like to actually talk, send me a DM, email me, jp@jpmorganjr.com. And hey, maybe we do this on a regular basis, have actual conversation, and through that create a whole different reality for you, both experienced in your phenomenology and also in your actual tangible ontological material world. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Talk to you soon.